Creativity and innovation. These two things are claimed to be aspects that play an important role in improving your career. Whether you are an employee, freelancer, or business owner. Not only for individuals, creativity and innovation are equally important for companies, even becoming one of the keys to the success of a business. To win the market competition, this time I summarize a book entitled Simply Brilliant, written by Bernhard Schroeder. The Simply Brilliant book emphasizes that everyone has a creative spirit and can create various innovations in careers and work. From this book, you will learn how to foster creativity and innovation without limits. Before starting, I want to remind you to subscribe to this channel and also turn on the notification bell, because there will be more summaries of awesome books that you should know. And watch this video until the end so you can get insight from this book summary as a whole. The importance of creativity and innovation. We often hear that creativity is innate, an innate talent that some people are destined to have. This is a wrong perception because everyone is creative. In addition, creativity can also be cultivated and developed. From this book, you will learn how to grow and develop your creativity to create innovations in your career and work. The interesting things you will learn include: how important is creativity in this day and age? How to foster creativity? How to create a workspace that encourages creativity? How effective is it to provide flexible working hours for employees? And how to turn a problem into an innovation? Limitless creativity is needed in this day and age. It's hard for someone to be creative if he thinks that he is the one who understands the problem best. He does not want to develop his mindset, has no willingness to learn new things, and always makes himself the main character in every problem solving. A person whose mind is constantly evolving will be accustomed to always innovating in his life. Innovation is not a process that can be predicted. A person can innovate when he is used to solving existing problems. In the creative world, everyone must have the willingness to continue to learn and develop themselves, to continue to read the situation and find problems and find solutions. Apple was not the first mobile phone manufacturer, but it was able to read the problems that existed from pre-existing products. They was also able to provide solutions through their products, which is what is called innovation. Today, we live in a dynamic world. So many changes and developments continue to occur at a very fast time. Being creative is not a choice, but something that must be done. Start learning and fulfill your curiosity, then you will discover how creative you are. Creativity can be cultivated and developed. We may have heard that a person's creative ability is related to their genetic inheritance from their parents. This is not true at all. A study published in Harvard Business Review revealed that only 20% of creativity is inherited, while the remaining 80% is learned. Creativity and innovation will come from people who believe in themselves and have enough energy to work harder. Some people also believe that a process can be called creative if the idea is new and original. In fact, history has proven that a new idea is basically an amalgamation of old ideas that have existed before. An idea does not always have to be original to be called creative. Another popular opinion says that creativity is also related to the resources a person has. This opinion is clearly wrong because a number of studies have found that creativity often arises because of problems. Problems actually make a person more persistent in their work. This view is in line with what Albert Einstein said. He once said, "It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer." There are 3 things you can do to be creative. First, follow your curiosity. Curiosity can encourage you to ask questions and you will get various important information that can solve a problem. Second, strengthen your imagination. No one thought that a mouse could inspire Walt Disney to build the largest animation business empire. The figure of a sweet mouse called Mickey was able to open new business loopholes in the world of animation. It all comes from imagination. Finally, be persistent in achieving it. In life or work, you will meet various obstacles. If you're able to endure these conditions for a longer period of time, it can determine your success in the future. I haven't failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that don't work. Thomas Alva Edison. The influence of workspace design on creativity. Can you work comfortably in a cramped, box-shaped cubicle? Some of you might answer, yes, because that's the model of workspace you're still using in your current office. But in today's design and the user-focused world, you'll be dealing with a very dynamic workflow. You'll be constantly moving fast and innovating. You also need to think fast and find inspiration, which is hard to do in a cramped beige cubicle. But more than just a creative workplace, an office should also pave the way for the meeting of experts from different fields and divisions. This is necessary because these cross-divisional interactions can create solutions to problems through various perspectives. The world of psychology has a theory about the relationship of closeness in friendship. Experts agree that the approach to friendship is influenced by the values and beliefs that a person has acquired since childhood. These values will become the foundation of their attitude in making friends in the future. They assume that the same values and beliefs do not determine the approach to a friendship. Instead, the closeness of a friendship is built through the intensity and distance of interaction. Someone who meets more often in close proximity will find it easier to build closeness in friendship. Based on this theory, Google, Pixar, and Facebook built an office that not only stimulates the creativity of their employees, it also bridges frequent interactions between employees from different lines and company leaders. Pixar redesigned its office very well. Initially, Pixar placed IT employees in one building, animators in another, and editors in a different building. But Pixar realized that this placement model would make employees interact and exchange ideas only with their colleagues. Finally, Pixar built a giant atrium designed to create employee cooperation between different divisions. Organize work time as flexibly as possible. An office usually has working hours that normally operate from 9 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Who can guarantee that employees can work optimally during these hours, while creative energy cannot be forced to emerge during these set hours? If you want your company to continue to encourage productivity and creativity for your employees, treat them to flexible working hours. Giving unlimited vacation time may sound absurd, but Netflix has already implemented this idea, and the company has grown tremendously. They see all their workers doing their jobs in totality with high morale. The employees have more brilliant ideas after they take a vacation, and most of them even get inspired about work while they are on vacation. Inspiration will come more often when someone is out of the routine. A young man who loved surfing was enjoying his vacation. He had a problem with his camera while he was capturing pictures on a surfboard. He came up with the idea to make a waterproof machine frame to be used in an existing product. After returning from vacation, he created his idea. It didn't work right away, but he didn't stop to innovate. When the product is successful and works well, he continues to make updates to his new product. Until now, sales continue to creep up and updates are still being made. The product is now completely different from the first product that was not seen by any market. Now, the camera market puts his product like a king. That's the story of the birth of GoPro. The most effective way to get inspiration is to take a vacation from work. Creativity starts with the simple plane you're on. Drew Houston found himself in the corner of an intercity bus taking him to New York that day. He'd planned to spend the 4-hour ride from Boston getting his work done, but he forgot to bring a flash disk that day. He only had his laptop in his bag. He thought there must be an easier way to store files wherever he was, and also be able to easily access them again through any type of computer. It was from this unrest along the way that Houston began to build technology to synchronize files into the network. With the help of his friends who had skills in technology, they worked 20 hours every day. They worked hard to create code that could make the technology work on all types of computers, until finally, they managed to solve problems such as the problem experienced by Houston, who forgot to bring a flash disk on his trip to New York. This problem could also happen to millions of other people in the world. Going out of town with one tablet, but having hundreds of other files trapped in laptops and computers. When they found a leading venture capital firm, they set up a meeting in the Houston apartment that was to be their project's base camp. They met an investor who gave them $1.2 million for their product, which they named Dropbox. Book conclusion. In this dynamic era, creativity is something that is needed for every person and company. Creativity is not innate, but can be cultivated and developed. There are 3 ways to foster creativity, namely following your curiosity, strengthening your imagination, and persevering in trying. Creativity can come from simple problems that you face, which are also experienced by many people in the world. Setting flexible working hours might help employees to be more creative and innovative.